We'll now consider the options available for administrators to organize your users and devices into groups. Groups are an important part of Intune and allow you to manage your users and devices more effectively. Let's take a look at the different group types and how to create groups. Once created, you'll use groups to help deploy policies for a specific set or group of users, or to deploy applications to a group of devices. All groups are stored in Azure Active Directory and are created using either Microsoft 365 Device Management or the Intune area of the Azure Admin Portal. You can organize your groups in several ways which best suit your organizational needs. These can be based on geographical location, such as by country or city, by department, such as human resources, sales, or research, or by some physical attribute, such as device type or manufacturer. And remember that groups can include both user accounts and devices. All groups are stored in Azure Active Directory, and Azure Active Directory groups can be created as either assigned membership groups or dynamic membership groups. With assigned membership groups, you'll manually add or remove users or devices to the group. The group membership remains static unless members are manually added or removed from the group. If you have an Azure AD Premium license, you can use dynamic groups. This is where group membership is defined by using rules. Whenever a group is used, Azure Active Directory evaluates the membership. If a user or device matches the criteria within the group rules, then they'll be included in the group. If you're new to using dynamic groups, you can find out more information by using the link on screen. Once you've created groups, you can also manage them and perform tasks, including editing the group properties, adding group members, modify group ownership details, deleting groups that you no longer need, and exporting a list of groups. Let's drop onto our demo tenant and take a look at how to create and manage groups within Intune. In the Microsoft 365 Device Management Portal, on the left-hand side, under Favorites, I'll select Groups. Here we can see all the groups that are available to us. You can see the name, the object ID, group type, membership type, and also an email address if the group is mail-enabled. On the right-hand side, we can see that the source is cloud, which means that it's stored in Azure AD. I want to create a new group for my sales users. On the top menu bar, I'll select New Group, and then choose the group type. I can choose Security or Office 365. I'll select Security and then provide a group name. In Description, I'll then select the membership type, and I want to choose Dynamic User. I'll provide an owner. I want Andrew and Bianca, and then click Select. We'll then choose Add Dynamic Query. And here we can see the query builder. I'll choose the property. I'll select Department, Equals, and Sales. And then click Add Expression, and we can see the rules syntax listed below. I'll click Save, and then click Create. And the dynamic group has been created. Let's click Refresh. I'll scroll down and then click Load More. And here we can see my user sales group. Note at the bottom, there's a warning that says membership may be inaccurate if the group was created recently. In fact, you should note that when creating groups with dynamic memberships, there could be an initial delay with Azure AD populating the group members. In fact, the direct members are 0 when there should be more. We could wait 20 minutes or so, or you could also try the new Groups Preview experience on the top bar. I'll click Enable the Preview. And this allows us to view the members preview. And currently the members have still not been populated. We could force this by clicking Refresh. Or wait, If after 20 minutes your members have not been populated, I suggest you using the Troubleshoot option at the bottom left. Here you can find a list of common problems, and at the bottom you'll see one relating to dynamic group membership. I'll click Troubleshoot. Here you can find recommended steps and recommended documents relating to dynamic group queries. If after a long period of time you still cannot populate your dynamic query, I'd suggest using the contact support link on this page. Let's return to our groups. And here we can see there are 5 users appeared under direct members. On the left-hand side, I'll select Members Preview and choose All Members. And here we can see the 5 members of our sales users. Finally, if we no longer want a group, we can select Delete from the menu bar to delete the group. And the group is deleted.